Hi, my name is Erika Walton, and I have created the Destiny by Design coaching program. I also am a PMA advisor, an Ayurvedic health and lifestyle counselor, a creative business consultant, as well as an abundance coach. I'm a multipreneur at heart, running a variety of businesses to help you achieve the life of your dreams. And so many people are always asking me to share my story on how I created this great work. So here's my journey. When I was 15, I started my first business. I became a jewelry designer, and the brand was called Alter Ego by Erika Walton. I was known for recycling toys onto jewelry, and with this business, it took me all over the world. My brand was featured in magazines, TV shows, music videos, movies, and celebrities wore it. And I sold the product in over 1,000 stores. From being in the fashion industry, I became extremely materialistic and shallow and not connected to people. And I realized that I needed to start exploring myself, because what was underneath that materialistic mask that I wore was deep sadness and hurt of trauma that I had been through, but I wasn't honest with it to other people or to myself. So I decided to work with a therapist. And then soon after that, I participated in Landmark. And all of these things started to shift my perspective. When I was doing Landmark, I had the opportunity to coach communication courses. And soon after that, I became inspired to close my business. Heard my intuition say that, and so after 11 years of being in business, I closed my company. I decided to go travel and do some deep work on myself, so I went to Colombia. And soon after that, I ended up sitting in a medicine ceremony, specifically ayahuasca. And this actually started to heal all of the things that I was dealing with just in one ceremony. One of the traumas that I was really confronting was that I was raped as a young woman. And also when I was young, I had a very traumatic childhood. I didn't have a great relationship with my father, let's just say that. And I had a lot of anger and hatred from both of those experiences. And so in that ceremony, I got to come into my power. I got to experience a deep forgiveness and a love and compassion for humanity and my father and the person that raped me. And after that, I just let it all go. So much that like anytime I can talk about those experiences, I am not affected by it at all. And at that same time, I hired an abundance coach. And she shifted my reality. She essentially like scrubbed my brain for me to get that I was already abundant. And from me getting that I was already abundant, I started manifesting money. I got myself out of debt, and soon after that, I ended up getting a home in the mountains with an ocean view, and it was just gorgeous. And as I finished her program, she was like, I know what you should do next, Erika. And I was like, what is that? She's like, you should become a coach. And I decided to try on abundance coaching. And I was working with a lot of entrepreneurs, CEOs specifically, and that were creating like millions of dollars, took it to billions, or just young people who wanted to create additional money in their life. I got to see real results, and I didn't just see it in their life, but it was experiencing in mine. But I felt like this was still materialistic in a way. It wasn't fulfilling my heart and my soul. And I'm grateful that I didn't. I wouldn't have taken that back, but I had to take that step to know the power that I had within me and the power that people had within them. So I kept sitting in ceremony, and I was learning this ancient esoteric knowledge that I had never heard before, but it just made sense. And I started seeing every human being as powerful. And I started practicing these tools. And another thing that I was dealing with was that I had a lot of health issues. I had tried a lot of different diets, like I was a fruitarian, I tried paleo, I was a vegan, and I was passionate about those things, but they weren't helping me cure my body, and I was actually feeling worse. So I had chronic yeast infections, urinary tract infections, bacterial infections. I had major inflammation in my gut. I couldn't digest food properly. I would break out in hives and pimples, and my skin was just like, ah! I was losing my hair. Like, I was a hot mess. Let's just be real. And so I started getting really curious about health and like herbalism and Chinese medicine. And then one day I heard the word ayurveda. And something about this word was just delicious, and I needed to study it. So I went to school at Mount Madonna. And to deepen my studies, I went to India to do Panchakarma. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you've watched my experience. And having those deep cleansing experiences, I was able to heal my body so much that I had no more infections. I could eat whatever it is that I wanted to eat. My skin cleared up. My hair was full and beautiful again. Like, I was glowing and radiant. And I just was wondering, it's like, how come Ayurveda is not taught to everyone? Like, it was common sense. You ate food for your specific body type. You were balanced. You would connect with nature because we are that reflection. You would eat herbs for your specific body type. And you'd follow the circadian rhythm. You'd do meditation and yoga and breathing exercises. And just all of these things were so simple, but complex. So I put together this program and I started teaching people, and immediately, like, I had clients already coming to me with abundance coaching, but like, oh, it was a huge flood of people. And I was getting, it was different. It was like all walks of life. I was working with wise, older people in their 70s to the 80s that they wanted to heal all of the experiences that they had gone through. I was working with young people that couldn't figure out which college they wanted to go to or what did they want to major in. I would work with CEOs and entrepreneurs who had this great vision, but it wasn't happening. And how could it happen? I was working with mothers who had loved being a mother, but they were ready to take on something new in their life, and they didn't know what it was going to be. People with serious health issues, depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, bipolar, other health issues like cancers. And every single person, when they would connect with me, they just knew something in their body was like, you need to do this program. Like, their intuition would just go off really strong, and then they would participate and they would find out why it is that they were supposed to do this work, and their life would dramatically change. Like, I was getting to know each person newly, like every single week of the program, and it was so cool to watch the layers just peel off, and that they would just balance out whatever it is that they were looking for. I'm already living the program that I'm about to teach, and I'm practicing it, and now it's time to put it out there because, you know, there's 7.7 billion people and we're growing, and there are people who are really ready for something intense like this. This program's not for the faint of heart. So if you feel intuitively called, please reach out to me, and know that if you do something like this, Destiny by Design, your entire life will change. Mine has, and I've helped so many people, and their lives have significantly changed. Listen to your intuition. There are people who are meant to do this program, and you need to decide, are you one of those people? Thank you for taking the time to listen to my journey. Have a beautiful day.